Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends. Yes, once again from the golf course to the studio, and I was surprised. It's Sunday afternoon, I came back from my golf game. I had some lunch at the club. It was about 1 o'clock. I got back home and bing, Etsy message on my iPhone telling me the pen has arrived. And I said, the pen has arrived. And I thought about it and I said, wait a minute, the only pen I think that's about to be delivered by Etsy is my Jinhao 1935. I couldn't believe it. 1935 delivered on a Sunday. Sunday at 1 o'clock at my doorstep, all included. This thing cost me $20 and I'm absolutely ecstatic about it, folks. I'm really happy. But stay tuned. I'm going to show you why. Okay, so we're back with the pen, and here it is, folks. Just a beautiful, gorgeous pen. I don't know if it's just me, okay? Because I got a feeling that this pen is either going to be a pen that people love or hate, Yeah, it's got that, guitar-shaped clip, and some people might say, you know what, not my style. It's red. Some might not like that star, but we're not going to get political here. Certainly I love it. I just absolutely love it. Now, let's take it one step at a time. First thing that I want you to appreciate is the weight of this pen. When I saw this pen, I got to be frank with you, when I saw it on Etsy, on a photograph, I saw this acrylic, and, I said to myself, or this plastic, I said to myself, this got to be a light pen. It looked big, but not as big as it really is. And we'll see how big it really is in the size comparisons. But that's the first thing. I mean, what is it? 30, 32, 33 grams. So there's some weight to it. That's the first thing I want you to take a look at. The next thing is that that sharp, I think it's a nice touch. I mean, it's a very stiff guitar. There's a little knob under there that I guess you can kind of squeeze in the material. It's not the greatest clip in the world, but folks, my clips are there I don't clip it on my shirt. And most of my pen cases are just slide-ins, so I don't need the clip. But having said that, it is a pretty stiff, but it's functional. Then I love this star. I don't know if you can appreciate it, but it's kind of a 3D. And that star is kind of sitting on a little step. It's a little pedestal. And then you got the transparent finial there. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful touch. The center band has Jinhao Tiandao number 1935. And the writing is kind of sizzled. It's got a nice Nice look. Beautiful, beautiful, just beautiful. Clear, clear resin. Let's see how many turns. 1, 1.5 to reveal this beautiful number 8 size nib. I've inked it already. Nice nib. It looks like a similar nib that we've seen before. Of course, it's got that sword branding on it. It's got Jinhao written on it with an M for medium, and it's got its little, that Jinhao carriage, you know, the logo. So there you have it. I can see the O-ring. If we twist it open, I can see the O-ring from here. Yeah, that's a nice O-ring. Wow, look at that nice, juicy, you know, big, oversized. That's one of the biggest innovations this year, I think. Or not this year, but, you know, in years. And very nice. It's got the Jinhao branded name on the converter. There you have it. Screws in nicely. We'll put that shut. Now, in terms of girth, that's 13 millimeters right there. So it's a girthy pen. It's got very well balanced. Very nice. Does it post? Yes, it does. Posts very comfortably, not terribly deeply, but you know what? The weight, I don't know if I can show this, kind of just sits there. So it sits comfortably there, and the pen is surprisingly balanced. It is a little long, and I guess if the pen, smaller hands, you know, goes a little bit further out, then it might be back weighted. But I don't mind it posted. Even though I got to tell you folks, I don't post my pens, but very nice, even posted. Beautiful, just a beautiful, beautiful pen. I'm just praying that that nib is as nice as the rest of this pen. Really, really nice. I got to tell you, I mean, well done. I mean, maybe some of our technical guys will find something wrong with this pen, but I haven't. I really haven't. It's even got some reinforced bevels there. I think that's got something with, I don't know if that's decorative or that reinforces the acrylic. Again, guys like Doodlebud will tell us. By the way, that section and the threads, you can feel it, but they're so fine. Very, very fine. So not intrusive at all. I'm really looking forward to writing with this pen, folks. There we have it. So, folks, I think we've got a little gem here. Stay tuned. We'll do a size comparison, some measurements, and then that writing sample. Okay, so we're back with a pen and size comparison, and I got to tell you, we got some beef here. Oh, I don't know if you realize, but these are pretty massive pens. Some of the bigger ones in my collection. So there's the subject pen, and as you can see, it doesn't shy away from any of them. Even this huge, I think they call it the big red pen. I forget what they call it, but this is the inspired Pilot Custom Namiki, and I put it there just because to show you how big the subject pen is. That's your new Moonman or Majon P139. You've got my 149, my Mont Blanc Opus 88, which is a big girthy pen. The Jinhao 9019, which is another big girthy pen. And you can see that the subject pen is almost bigger than most of them. So that's the pen comparison cap. Okay, here they are uncapped. So you can see that the subject pen kind of overshadows quite a few of them. Just my Opus here is a little bit longer, and so is this girthy fake Pilot here. But otherwise, very nice size. Let me just, in terms of the nib, Let me push all the pens so that the nibs are aligned. This was, of course, as a number 6. This fake I put in number 8 in there. I kind of shoved it in there. It's kind of working, but not an ideal situation. But you could see that the Jinhao number 8 here in the subject pen is kind of, it's inserted a little bit deeper than the Mahjong. I like the way the Mahjong sticks out that way, a little bit like the Mont Blanc. It's similar to the 9019 where you can see that the nib is a little bit pushed in. Just want to compare it. Let's compare it to the 9019 just to see, are we really talking about the same nib? I've got a feeling that we are. Yeah. I don't think that there's a big major difference between these two nibs, other than the scrolling work, of course, and the decorative. But even in terms of size and shape, they look pretty similar. Pretty similar. We'll see how they write. So those are the pens, uncapped and unposted. This one's a problematic because it posts on the piston knob. My Mont Blanc posts, it always has. It's a decent. And the Opus doesn't. Okay, so there you have it. But posted, it is a long pen. In fact, it becomes the longest of the gang. But the good news is that it can't be posted. So there you have it. We'll put up some measurements and then we'll really looking forward to that writing sample. Got some nice ink. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back for the writing sample. First of all, the ink. I couldn't resist. I'm going to go with oxblood in here. Like the way it's swooshing already in that big, huge converter. This is just a beautiful ink. So oxblood it is. I did want to put this brand new ink from Encore. Actually, this is the blue one. Here it is. That I reviewed in my recap, which gives me, here's the swatch of it. It's the Encore collection, the Standing Ovation. I was tempted, but it's a little too purplish for the red. So I opted for oxblood. I think it's a better match. Change up the paper a little bit. I'm going to go with this bank paper. By the way, these pads are just beautiful. You can get pads like this with Tomo River, bank paper, Cosmic Air, variations. Nice, lots of pages. Yamamoto paper. I bought them, I think, on Etsy. Very, very nice. So there you have it. The bank paper has always intrigued me, so we'll change it up a little bit and see what that gives. Okay, so we're all set here. So this is the Jinhao. Wow, folks. Number 1935. Tiandao. Combination of this ink, this nib, and this paper is perfect. Wow, let me tell you, this nib is really impressive. Nib, it's the Jinhao. Number 8 steel, and it's a medium. Well, now that I have it, I'm going to order a fine. I like this pen. I'm going to get a couple of these. They're so cheap. So the ink, Dieman, oxblood, yeah, folks. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this is just wet. Look at that. It's a perfect match. let me just show you in a second if it's got some spring in it. I don't think so. Can get some line variation. It just makes a thicker line. Yeah, you can get some, but it's not a nail, but it isn't semi-flex at all. But talk about it being constant. Just look at this, folks. In any way, any direction you want this nib to write, it just not a problem whatsoever. Very nice. Reverse writing. Yeah, you can get a kind of a extra fine line there. Doable. So the nib is very smooth. Very, very smooth. And I'm not going to repeat it twice, but it's very, very, very wet. And it's very, very, very constant. I don't know if that gives you the message, folks, but this nib is just even better than some of the nibs that I have in the Jinhao 9019 and the X159. I got to tell you, this one came out. And I know sometimes it's hit and miss, but the one I got is nice, so I'm happy. So let's look at some likes and dislikes. Dislikes, 0. I like everything about it. I like the design. I like the build quality. I like the nib. And I like the value. That's me. Forget what I paid this, but it's anywhere between 15 and 20 bucks. I think it's 19, which is a steal. So I think they have extra fine and fine. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to order an extra fine and a fine in this pen. I think this is a pen that I can use every day. So it's a go-to pen. Absolutely. Take notes. Write in, my small grid Hobonichi with an extra fine. That nib is big, it's juicy, it's girthy, it sits in your hand really nice. That's 13 millimeters, so it's big, It sits there very nicely if you post it. You can actually feel the weight when you put that cap on. I don't know, folks, what more I can tell you, but I absolutely recommend this pen. I think for 20 bucks, you should not even hesitate. It's a fun pen. I think it's a fun pen. So, you know what? Jinhao, you've done it again. It's 10 on 10 for me. And I'm just going to sign it. Oh, just perfect. Just perfect. There you have it. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I am very, very happy with this pen. $20. I mean, you got these Navlars that are selling for $200. Now you got Opus 88 coming out with a pen and they want $200 for it. I mean, that's ridiculous. This cost me $19 and it writes just as nice, if not much nicer than Navlar, in my opinion. I think these nibs, it's a number 8 size nib. It's got a juicy, huge converter. And you know what? Piston fillers are nice, and I know they go for a premium, but more and more, I think I prefer a converter. And when the converter is maxed the way this is, oversized, you get the incapacity of a piston filler. And even vacuum fillers, they don't fill up, and you got to do a super fill and back and forth, and then you got to open up the little valve to make sure the ink flows. And yeah, it gives you the option when you travel. The piston fillers, some of them don't have ink windows. and they're a real pain to clean, and you start getting into the mechanism, then it's a different ball game. So this huge ink converter combined with the size of this pen, because I like girthy pens, for me, I'd rather buy one of these than a Navlar. Now, if you want the fancy resins, we're talking about something else, okay? But if we're talking about what do they call it, the original plus, I forget, I would not spend $100, $150 on a Navlar. I'd go with this one. And what's nice, it's got some weight. It really does have some, look, I don't want to exaggerate, but much more weight than you would think when you just, look at it in pictures and photographs. It's 33, I think, what is it, 33 grams. So you know what, it's got some nice weight. Anyway, not going to go on. I'm so excited about the pen, and I know I'm ranting. That's it for me, folks. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that review. Recommend it. Statevi bene. Subscribe. Enjoy your pens. It's the summer. Here in Montreal, it's beautiful. Got my golf shirt. I just came back from another game. Shot another nice score. Not going to tell you my score. Shot a nice score, and it's late Sunday afternoon. I got this pen. Figure I review it right away, and I'll put it up either Monday or Tuesday. It'll be for your viewing. Grazie molto. Arrivederci.